rock steady. Rock me, rock me, rock me, rock. Joseph here, Vets Haul Junk Removal, Stafford, Virginia. Hope wherever you are, you're staying busy and making money in junk removal. I am on my way to pick up Ryan, and then after that, we're heading out about 17 miles right at the edge of our service radius to service a lady who called us yesterday. We're probably going to take away 2 trailer loads of items. She's moving out. She's getting her home ready for the new buyer, so we're going to service her. But I wanted to encourage my subscribers today, and those of you who happen to stumble upon my channel, with what I believe are the 5 things that have really helped me to succeed. And not just succeed, guys. I like to say succeed tremendously, to the point where I've been able to branch out to other states and touch other veterans' lives by making them Vets Haul Junk Removal local owners. There are many ways to success, guys. These are just the 5 things that I found that are integral for me to succeed. And I believe that if you apply these principles that I'm going to share with you shortly, you will succeed beyond your wildest dreams as well. Number 1, know your why. I think that's one of the most important things that you must understand in order to succeed. You must keep near and dear to your heart your why. Why did you get into the junk removal business? For those of you who have watched my prior videos, you know that when I returned from my last combat deployment to Afghanistan, I was in a funk. I was dealing with PTSD, and I had refused to take the pain medications, the sleeping medications, because they did nothing but numb me to life. And I was spiraling out of control. Thank goodness my Lord above put in front of me this whole junk removal thing. And though I feel that I stumbled into it sometimes, I realized that it was by design. And he had a plan for me, and he has a plan for you as well, guys. So know your why. Talk to some of you out there and you want to get out of the 9-to-5 rat race. You're tired of working for your employer. Maybe you feel like you don't have a purpose in life, guys. My purpose in life, my why, is because I found tremendous healing in junk removal. It made me whole again. And because of that, guys, I've been able to reach out and touch other veterans' lives and get them involved in junk removal to really take advantage of what I call junk removal therapy. The power that junk removal has, the power that owning your own business has to heal you, to heal your mind, to heal your heart. Number 2, cut out the haters. If you're going to succeed in junk removal, you must learn to cut out the haters. You know, if you visit any of the junk removal business owners groups, I saw a picture yesterday, and this had all manner of junk in the back in an unsafe manner, things hanging over all over the place, looking really junky, looking like a typical junk man. And people put these types of postings up there to poke fun at individuals. You know, not everybody was born with the silver spoon in their mouth. We all come from different backgrounds and different financial situations. And I want you to look up the crab mentality. You look at a bucket of crabs, and if a single crab tries to get out of the bucket, the rest of the crabs will bring him down, bring him back into the bucket. And if that same crab attempts to leave that bucket again, the same group of crabs will bring him down and they'll break his arms. And if that same crab tries the 3rd time to get out of the bucket, to get out of the crab race, the rat race, those crabs will bring him back into the bucket and they'll kill him. So when I see those types of postings online or on the junk removal Facebook groups where individuals are poking fun at somebody who's just starting out, maybe you're just starting out and all you have is just a pickup truck. Maybe it's a little teeny tiny old junky Toyota pickup truck. Guys, start with what you have and don't let the naysayers kill your dreams. They're out there. The naysayers, the haters, could be your wife, could be your husband, could be your neighbors, could be your family members who say, you know what, I know you fail at everything, you fail at everything you've done. Guys, if it's going to be, it's up to you. Don't let anybody kill your dreams of success in business. Number 3, hold yourself to a higher standard. I believe this has been one of the main reasons why we've succeeded, because we've held ourselves as an organization to a higher standards. In so much as the practical things, like we all wear the same uniforms. You can go to any of our locations around the country and you can see we're all in the same uniform. You can look at our haircuts. They're all clean haircuts. We address our customers as sir or ma'am or by name. If the customer says, like they did last night, hey, you don't need to sweep up those leaves. I told the guy last night who we took down a gazebo, I said, sir, it would be my pleasure to sweep up all of the leaves. And he was impressed, guys. I'm holding myself to a higher standard. And you should do the same. I think that's one of the greatest tools in junk removal success or business success, period. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Always do the hard right over the easy wrong. And you create momentum that way. You begin to create a way that people think about you. I had a customer last night leave me a review. Look at my reviews. This was last night. The customer said, you got a customer for life. Okay? Like I always say, don't try to create appreciative or repeat customers. Try to create raving lunatic fans. Okay? Hold yourself to a higher standard and the customers will follow. It's funny how that happens. Number 5. If you fall, guys, get up. You could cut out all of the haters. You can know your why without a shadow of a doubt. You can hold yourself to a higher standard, but life's challenges will still present themselves to you. I like to look at challenges, guys, as opportunities, and so should you, because every time you encounter a challenge, okay, if you remember who you are and what the Creator has endowed you with, okay, the tools that our God above has given you to succeed, you will succeed. But you have to realize that there will be times when you're down. There will be times in junk removal when you're building your junk removal business that you feel your dreams are being crushed, that your phone isn't working, that the calls aren't coming in, and you feel like you just don't want to put your boots on and get out there one more time to pound the pavement, to create those relationships. Maybe you get a setback where, you know, your truck goes down and you're just feeling like there's no point in going on. Guys, if you fall, you must get right back up on the horse and start building your junk removal business. I like to think of 2 individuals that stand out in my mind right now. A gentleman by the name of James Pelrine, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. A&J Junk Removal out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. This gentleman is an example to all. He was in a collision. And I'm not just talking about a fender bender. I'm talking about this guy looks like he was in a whole body cast. He was in a wheelchair. He broke multiple bones. He took a step back. He took account of his situation. You know, maybe he felt sorry for himself for a little while, and that's okay. You know, we all go through periods of feeling sorry for ourselves, giving up hope, but he got up again. He fell off the horse, and after he dusted himself off, he got right back on the horse again. He was out of the junk removal industry for about 5 months, and he's back on it now, guys. He just joined our group, the National Junk Removal Business Owners Association Facebook group, and he's posting on there. He's full of hope. He's hitting it again. He's pounding the pavement, and I absolutely know he will reach a level of success that he once had prior to his collision. Another gentleman that I often look to for encouragement is Tim Doss. I know I'm probably going to jack the story up, but many years ago, when he was extremely successful in junk removal, some way, somehow, he was laid up in the hospital, very serious, very close to death. He got carbon monoxide poisoning, and in his words, he lost everything. But here he is today, back on top of his game, back on top of the mountain, and not only has he achieved a higher level of junk removal success, but he also is helping others in his community through the Reno Hope Bus. His effort to help the homeless in Reno, Nevada with just the basics, guys. Food, basic clothing, socks, shoes, and more importantly than everything else, guys, hope. Hope. So if these 2 guys can do it, guys, you can do it as well. If you fall, get right back up. And most importantly, I think out of everything that I've talked about so far, I think the number 1 thing that you must have to succeed in any business, and especially junk removal is you must believe you can do it. Everything starts up here, guys. And now that old saying, that's tired, it's worn out, but it's true. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. When I wanted to build my junk removal business, I found an example of who I wanted to be like. And that was J-Dog Junk Removal, a military branded junk removal organization. They lead the pack in military branded junk removal across the nation. And I looked at the owner, the CEO, Jerry Flanagan. He had a very similar background to mine. Served in the military a number of years, an entrepreneur at heart, and he believed in himself. And I don't know exactly, how many franchisees he has across the nation, but I believe he's somewhere around the neighborhood of over 100. And I said to myself, if he can do it, why can't I? So you need to find an organization, a mentor, or someone that you can model what you're doing after. And you need to constantly keep in the top of your mind, if they can do it, so can I. If they can do it, so can I. If they can do it, so can I. And if you believe that, guys, if you take it, if you believe it in the core of your being, you will succeed. But you need to stop saying things like, the telephone isn't ringing. I wish I could make more money. I wish I had a second trailer in junk removal. That would help me out more. The Lord above knows that you might need an employee to grow. And while you're worrying about if you're going to be able to find someone to help you grow, he's already making those moves to put those individuals, in your path. You just need to stay focused and believe in yourself and take those daily practical steps to grow your business. And at the right time of his choosing, he'll assure that both you and your new employee will cross paths and you'll make that connection. But you won't get there, guys, if you make self-defeating statements. Whatever the mind believes, the mind can achieve. Whatever the mind believes, the mind can achieve. Believe you can do it, and you will. We are just about to our next customer's, or our first customer's home. I'm going to show you what we're taking, so stay tuned.